I've been to a lot of conferences, but this is my favorite conference to be at, the E.K. Bailey Preaching Conference 2019. And for the last 4 days, I've been with about 1,000 pastors, spending every single moment learning how to preach effectively through the book of Ephesians. So my goal is to come back to my church and preach through this book. I was in a class for 4 hours with Joel Gregory. If you know, then you know. If not, then you need to find out. And I discovered I got a lot to learn. That's why I purchased his resources called How to Preach, because I got a lot to learn. Then I'm in a master class with Eric Mason as he talks about how to reach the next generation. I make no qualms about it. At Crossover Church, we are committed to reaching the next generation. Here it is, because 10 years from now, if we don't reach the next generation, we are going to lose momentum in what we believe in. You know, obviously, E.K. Bailey was a little bit before my time, but just to hear the backdrop of his story encourages me. He was kicked out of his house when his father died by his stepmother, and when he was all alone, he promised that he'd give God his life and would preach the gospel. And then he starts his church, and 6 months later, they grab a building, and he was one of the fastest growing churches in the country. And then he had this idea that he wanted to start a conference. So in 1995, he started the E.K. Bailey Expository Preaching Conference, because he wanted people in his particular context to not only preach with their heart, but to also preach with their head. E.K. Bailey, I am better at what I do because of you, and I'm so excited that I had an opportunity to be a part of the E.K. Bailey Conference this year, and I plan on doing it every single year from here on out.
5,000 men were hungry, and Jesus showed up. Have I got a witness? He had 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. He's the only somebody I know who can multiply by dividing. Every time he divided it, it multiplied. The Lord showed up on a hill called Calvary. They stretched him wide. They dropped him low. He gave his mother the job. He gave his back to the cross. Gave his hands to the nails. Gave his feet to the rivets.
Hey, this is my good friend Chris right here, and I saw him with the technology, with the camera, and I said, let me just follow you for a few moments to learn how to do this. I got a question for you. Looking at my setup right here, I got the Canon M50, I got the little furry ball, I really don't know what that is, the windscreen.
Right.
Is this legit? Am I legit as a vlogger right now? This is my second time doing it.
I'm going to say the biggest thing right now is the Gorilla Pod that you got going on. Anytime I see a Gorilla Pod, I got to think he's official. So
exactly. That's why I wear this shirt that says almost
pod.
Famous. Everybody says I'm a YouTuber.
That's it.
Well, I am now, man. So we're excited to be here at the E.K. Bailey Conference, and I'm going to step my game up just like him next time. What are you working with?
We got a Panasonic GH5. It's slightly bigger than the Canon over here. Metabones speed booster adapter, L-series glass on a glide cam, HD 2000. That's the go-to setup.
Okay. I don't know what he just said, but you heard it live from here.
Straight from the horse's mouth,
Yeah,
baby.
thanks. All right, man. Appreciate you. All right.